has come. For 300 years, we prepared, we grew stronger. While you rested in your cradle of power.
You know, New Warriors really opened up Pandora's box for Marvel. It really did. Because it's got everybody interested in Marvel and the comic book industry. And then, you know, of course, the comic industry kind of collapsed because of everything that's going on right now, and everybody's interested now. And the one nice thing about that is we can go back and we could talk about all of the things again that ruined the comic book industry. The biggest thing, a lot of it, are the people that work in the industry. Nasty people. All the way from the bottom to the top, full of incompetent people that have no idea what they're doing, have very little talent, or they're just political hires altogether. One of the worst ones, who's not very active in degrading customers, like a lot of the other ones, like Donnie Cates, who recently made a blanket statement on everyone that downvoted the New Warriors trailer and said that they're all a bunch of istophobes, terrible people. Decided to just go ahead and call them all that. That's kind of been the big thing. But this is something that's always bothered me and a lot of other people. So I thought I would bring it up to just kind of keep rubbing salt in the wound that is Marvel Comics. So this is Captain America, issue 20 for the run that started on 2018. Why am I talking about this? Well, there's a reason. Captain America, right? Supposed to embody all the things about America that make it great. Supposed to be a stand-up, noble person. What would Captain America say about, you know, first responders and people in the service and stuff like that? What would he have to say about those people? I would imagine they'd be positive things. He would call them heroes and great people, right? What does the man who writes Captain America think about them, though? Ta-Nehisi Coates, current writer for the current run of Captain America. Current Captain America run at Marvel Comics right now. What does he think about these people? Well, I'm going to tell you what he thinks about them, because he's got a whole book where he lays down his toxic worldview. This guy's a real piece of work. And this is who they've got writing Captain America. Captain America. Look at that headline. I'm not going to read the news article, though. I'm not going to go over that. I don't need to go over that, because I have the entire passage to what he actually said in his book. So a little bit of context, because this is page 86, right? This is him in New York now, and he's upset about a guy named Prince Jones who had an accident or scuffle with some law enforcement. We're going to get into how he compares that here. So I'm going to read this and the next page so you can get an idea of this guy's mindset. And I want you to remember, Marvel knew about this. They pursued him and brought him in. He was writing other comics before this, but it's just the idea that this guy is writing Captain America. And when people say, oh, all of these books now push this progressive kind of mentality, this is why. This is the kind of people and the views that they have that they go and get to come write their comic books. So we're going to start here. This is where the story begins. We arrived 2 months before September 11th. I suppose everyone who was in New York that day has a story. Here is mine. That evening, I stood on the roof of an apartment building with your mother, your aunt, and her boyfriend, Jamal. So context here, this whole memoir is written to his son. So it's kind of a letter for him, I guess is how you put it. That's why he's talking like this. So we were on the roof talking and taking in the sight. Great plumes of smoke covered Manhattan Island. Everyone knew someone who was missing. But looking out upon the ruins of America, my heart was cold. My heart was cold. I had disasters all my own. The officer who took out Prince Jones like all the other officers who regard us so warily, was the sword of the American citizenry. I would never consider any American citizen pure. I was out of sync with the city. I kept thinking about how southern Manhattan had always been ground zero for us. They auctioned our bodies down there in the same devastated and rightly named financial district. And there was once a burial ground for the auction there. They built a department store over part of it and then tried to erect a government building over another part. Only a community of right-thinking black people stopped them. I had not formed any of this into a coherent theory, but I did know that, BL was not the first man to bring terror to that section of the city. I never forgot that. Neither should you. In the days after, I watched the ridiculous pageantry of flags and machismo of firemen, the overwrought slogans, "Damn it all, Prince Jones was gone," and hell upon those who tell us to be twice as good and take us out no matter. Hell for ancestral fear that put our black parents under terror, and hell upon those who shatter the holy vessel. I could see no difference between the officer who took out P. Jones and the police who died or the firefighters who died. They were not human to me, black, white, or whatever. They were menaces of nature. They were the fire, the comet, the storm, which could with no justification shatter my body. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole statement. So, because of some stuff that happened a long time ago, everyone that rushed in to the towers that day are trash. They're the same scum as those people. And he was mad about those flags and the patriotism that roamed the streets following. Isn't that disgusting? Isn't that terrible? What a terrible take to write this and say, I didn't give a damn. I was cold and turned off because of some stuff that happened hundreds of years ago. And this is the man that they pick to write Captain America. I've always thought this was pretty disgusting. A pretty disgusting take to have about those people. Because they're literally, I think most people would agree, some of the bravest people, that have ever lived. And this is who they pick to write Captain America. Somebody that's supposed to embody American values. They pick him. You wonder why comics have been so bad. It's because they just don't care. They don't give a damn about telling a good story. All they care about is pushing garbage, political messaging. This is why when you go on their Twitters, all they're doing is screaming about Orange Man bad. How they hate certain segments of the fan base. They block people. One of them, there's tweets. The one guy said they can eat his backside and all of this stuff. It all makes sense. And this, to me, was always a powerful statement because it really shows what they really think about the country. Is they picked this man to write stories with this man, Captain America. It's disgusting. And this is some of the reasons why a lot of people, aren't feeling too badly when the hashtag pencils down trends, when some of these comic book professionals cry out. This is some of the reasons why a lot of people are kind of just saying, we don't care. They've treated the customers poorly for years. They've hired people with terrible takes, terrible values. Look at the kind of people that they're hiring. This is one of the worst. And he's not even that loud on Twitter, but this is what he thinks. This is how he views people that, really are true heroes. What would Captain America think about this? And he's a fictional character or whatever, but what would Stan Lee think? He didn't know about this. He was still alive when this came out. What would he think about this though? He probably had no idea, but seriously, it's disgusting. So there you have it. One of the most toxic things I've ever read. And hey, let's let him write Captain America. Why not? It's the Marvel way. Anyway, that's it, guys. Please share the video. Let me know your comments. What do you guys think about this? What does this mean to you? I'd like to hear that. Also, throw a like up if you would. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that and subscribe if you're new.